A summer afternoon on the streets of Barcelona. Who wouldn't like that? Well, think again. On Sunday, tourists in Barcelona were in for a shock. They were hit by water, sprayed by the city's unhappy residents. These residents were protesting against over-tourism. And this battle is not unique to Barcelona. Across the world, locals have a grudge against tourists. They want them out. But what is the solution? If you're preparing to travel this summer, this next report is a must-watch for you.
Nestled between the Mediterranean and the mountains is Barcelona. Any Spanish itinerary is incomplete without a trip to the city. But while you visit Gaudi's creations or sit down for tapas, beware of one thing: the city's unhappy locals. On Sunday, Barcelona's tourists were in for a rude shock. They were sitting down for some food, and that's when they were sprayed with water. These are Barcelona's anti-tourist protesters. They marched down the city, they took over tourist areas armed with their water pistols. Most of them had one demand: a decrease in tourism.
We come here to demonstrate against mass touristification here in Barcelona. The last years, the city has turned completely for tourists, and what we want is a city for citizens and not in service of tourists.
Restauration and hotels is the group that makes really big money, but all the people are in a very poor situation and they don't have enough money to live. That's a problem.
In 2023, Barcelona had at least 26 million visitors. Together, they generated over $13 billion. So tourism is crucial for the economy. But it also puts immense pressure on the infrastructure and inconveniences the locals. Public services are burdened, housing prices are skyrocketing, and the profits from tourism never reach the public.
The first is against the economic model based on mass tourism because this model makes us poorer and more dependent. And on the other hand, it has an effect on the price of housing, which right now is an alarming and distressing problem for the population.
And Barcelona is not alone in this. In April, tens of thousands of people took to the streets of Canary Islands. They slammed the government. They raised slogans, all against tourists. The residents believe that the island's tourism model is unsustainable. The protesters said they were not against the tourists. Instead, they wanted it to be more beneficial for residents. And this isn't just a Spanish phenomenon. Over-tourism is a complaint across the world. Cities are tired of tourists. They want them to stay away, and they're imposing all sorts of measures. Milan is banning pizzas and ice cream at night. Venice is charging tourists to enter the city. Amsterdam is saying no to new hotels. Iceland has reinstated its tourism tax. Mount Fuji's new entrance fee aims to manage crowds. So clearly, tourist hotspots have had enough. But will these help? Global tourism is at a record high. This year, it's set to reach pre-pandemic levels. Travel will add a record $11 trillion to the global economy in 2024. According to the World Tourism Organization, the number of international tourists will surpass 2 billion by 2030. So tourists aren't going anywhere, yet the places they want to visit remain the same. This is straining resources, and local residents are left bearing the brunt, which is why governments must spring into action. Tourism is important for the economy, but it cannot go on unchecked. For sustainable tourism, the focus should be on responsible travel.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We we go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for a future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We'll start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital.